10 seconds to find a partner, but someone you don't already talk to. So find a partner in 10 seconds, but someone you don't already talk to. So for example, the two of you can't be together. Tienen que buscar una nueva persona con quien hablar. Our kids here at school, and we always like to brag about our students. So think of something wonderful that your student did this last year. It could have been here at school or at home. It doesn't matter. So think of something, and I'm sure they do a lot of wonderful things, but think of one thing. All right, would anyone like to share what they heard their partner say about their child that they're proud of for this last year? One thing they did? Yes. Sí. Okay, that's good. Muy bien. Menos claro para usted, ¿verdad? Sí. Muy bien. Qué bueno, felicidades. So one of these that was shared was that her child at home, she noticed that he's a little bit more mature, so he doesn't, bug his younger siblings as much. And then even here at school, that he's matured as well because he's getting better grades, which is great. Great. It takes time, right? You can't assume that every child is going to get straight A's from first through senior year. Sometimes they need to grow into themselves. Good. So with that, we now have a special guest. We have Mr. Chiden.
Good morning. How are you? Friday? May 4th. Not May 5th. Tomorrow, May 5th. Good morning. Thank you for coming, guys. Thank you for coming. I am going to present safety. I'm one of the assistant principals here, 1 of 4. I am in charge of safety, but I have other things to do too. But this is something really important to me. So I have some topics here I want to talk about, and at the end, if you have any questions, concerns, just let me know, and I'll answer these questions for you. The first one is safety drills. We've done them all. We're complete with the safety drills. We did all 5 of them that we're required to do. Just to let you know what happens, we do the safety drills. At the end of every safety drill, we do discuss issues that came up. If it's students' issues with the drill not taking it seriously, maybe the PA system was not working or something was not working that, that's important during the safety, a safety of the school. So we debrief my safety meetings. We talk about the drills, the results of the drill. So we do all that. And I believe we also do it during our parent safety meeting where some of you will attend and we'll talk about what happened, debrief on those safety drills. So yeah, everything's good, we're done. Next year we'll start preparing for the next safety drills. Okay? We have the clear room, is one of them. We do that once a year. And then we have the high security and the lockdown. That's another drill that we do. And then we have the earthquake and the fire drill that we do. Those are the drills that we do here at Sweetwater High School. Okay? Number 2, suicide prevention services. So I'm working with the district, and what's going to happen in this program, we're going to target 9th and 10th graders next year. This program is going to teach kids signs of suicidal ideations or anything with suicide. So a group of individuals will be coming in, professionals will be coming in and talk to these students. It's going to be a 1-day training for these students, and then after that they're going to analyze the results. I guess the students, what they're going to do, they're going to write down if there's a kid that they think might be, suicidal. And then they'll target those kids, and they'll teach the kids how to look for those signs too. That's something in the works right now. We're aiming for August or September to have those classes with the students and see how that goes. So that's for next year. Number 3, the school safety and wellness night. We had it again, I believe it was in March. We had great guest speakers. We had the police department was there. We had somebody from the county presenting about internet crimes against children. She was there. We also talked about drills, our drills here at Sweetwater High School. And then we had drugs. We talked about the drug trends that are happening at our schools, in our communities. So it happened again. We had this event, and only about 25 parents showed up to that event. This event is actually all the National City Schools, Granger, National City, and Sweetwater High School will get together and we do this presentation for you guys. So we're trying to analyze and find out how we get more parents to attend these trainings. This training was on a Thursday, I believe, from 5 to 7. So maybe that's not a good time. So we're going to get together, the administrators, and we'll try to figure out a good time to have more parents there. And we'll let you know. Maybe we'll ask you guys a questionnaire maybe later on. How can we get more parents involved in this program that we want to continue to do? Okay, so we'll keep you posted. And this is going to happen probably again, like in March. So we have some time to kind of brainstorm and figure out a good time to get more parents involved. Okay? Next one, the mental health first aid. You'll say, how many attended with me? That's those Saturdays. Some of you have. We had about 30 parents and staff that were they attended this 2-day training, and we got certificates of mental health, and it was really positive. I learned a lot. It dealt with how to deal with students that struggle with mental health. So it helps how to deal with these kids. So how do we, especially me, because I work with a lot of kids, so I learned a lot of strategies how to deal with these kids. So this is good even for the parents, even for the teachers too, to learn the science of mental health. So I want to do this again next year. So I know some of you guys have done it already, even before we had ours, so that's good. So it's something that I want to bring up again. I'll let you guys know. We'll talk about it in our safety meeting when we have it, and I'll let you know when we're going to plan this new mental health first aid for you guys, okay? Very positive stuff. It's good stuff. Number 5. Yes, we have cameras on campus, guys. We got 6. So we're testing them. John Chakowski, our lead safety guy for the district, we're the pilot school, so we're checking these cameras out. And so far, they've been good. It's helped out. We got a few cases, and we looked at the cameras and like, oh yeah, you're the one that did this. So they're working well. It keeps our campus safe during the day, and even at night, in the weekends, we can see everything that happens. Kids, they know that we have cameras, so that's good to know, that they know. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get more cameras, because I do have other areas I want to add more cameras around school. And to keep it safe, Yes.
¿Pudiera dar un ejemplo de lo que han encontrado con las cámaras?
Just kids. Yes. The question was. Say it again. Sorry.
Si pudiera dar un ejemplo de lo que han encontrado con las cámaras.
Okay. So she wants me to give an example of what we have found with the cameras. So what we have found, there's been a few issues during lunchtime nutrition break where, kids have gotten into an argument, maybe a fight. Of course, the kids will like to deny everything. No, this happened. But in reality, we actually saw the real stuff. The real stuff happened. So we also that's a lot during the day. We've done a lot of those trends of food fighting. There was a kid said, "No, I didn't throw anything." We went back. Yes, he was tossing those oranges. So that helped out, and it stopped. They knew, and they don't do it no more. So it helps out a lot.
Those cameras work at night?
Yes, they do. They work at night. They have at night infrared. Yes.
Yeah, because there was a modality about among the students about coming after hours, I think, about seeing the kids
there was my daughter's friends, and they said, oh, let's go to school at 3 a.m. in the morning, so I don't know if that camera sees, I don't know, I talked to a master sergeant about their teaching kids, and because they do in that building over there,
Okay.
and those kids, they're also that they don't belong to their program, but they are coming to school very late, early hours at night because they feel somebody at school. So.
Oh yeah, they're on 24/7. They're on 24/7.
They might say, no, it was not me, and all of a sudden they show up and there's a camera around 3 a.m. in the morning. So.
Yeah, and there's signs where you can actually detect you can see the face clearly in the cameras, but sometimes you can't see them because they're so far away from the cameras.
Because it's dark.
I mean, it could be dark even during the day. It could be kind of, you can't really see them. If they're far away, you can't. But they're close by, you can see their face, and look at we'll know who they are.
So does that help a little bit with the modality about coming in early? So no, they're not for supervision. Sometimes I have to come in myself because they won't feel they come like 3 or 4 hours earlier.
Yes. I know some kids here at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I do see them in the camera there. They like to sit down on the benches there. Yes. So, no, yeah, like I said, the cameras are there 24/7. They're on all the time. When we find out there's something happened, we try to go back and look at the time. Yeah. So my goal is try to get more. I did a walkthrough and I had like 27 cameras that would have been perfect here. But that's a lot of cameras. Right now we have 6, so we'll see what happens. We'll see how it works. And if we get more every year, at least 1 or 2 every year, that's good. So, yeah.
Yo creo que 27 no son muchas, porque yo trabajo en supermercados y tenemos mucho más. Y ese lugar es chiquito. Así es de que yo creo que no creo que todo sea muy buena idea.
Yeah, so, like I said, she asked me more cameras the better, Yes, I would like, if I could get 100, it would be great, but, it's all budget. We have to respect our budget. And then we have to make sure that, 27 is a good number. If I could get more, great, but it's all about the budget. So, yeah. The cameras, we'll keep on going with those cameras. Parent nutrition break lunch supervision. Yes, if I can get you guys to help me out, great. The more parents we get out there, lunch supervision, the better. I mean, it just makes my life and our lives a little bit easier, More people walking around. We want to make sure that students are taken care of, and nothing is happening. So when the kids see adults out there supervising, they tend to not do anything. They behave better. But when they're by themselves and they feel that they're by themselves, nobody's supervising them, that's when the trouble starts. So we want to make sure that we're out there protecting our gates, walking around campus. So if you guys have some time to spare, you're welcome to come and help me with lunch supervision and, nutrition break and lunch supervision would be perfect. Okay. So I know your schedules are, you guys are busy, but if you have time, you're welcome to come and be part of the mom squad again. Mom and dad squad. Okay? And then, like I said, supervisions, I do have teachers out there, administration out there, supervising, and my campus assistants. I have 3 campus assistants right now. I tend to focus also the gates. We want to make sure our gates are locked, nobody's coming in and out. And so, yes, this campus it's a tough campus. It's a lot of areas where kids could just be. So we try to get the hot spots and have teachers there. We do the best we can to protect our students here and make sure that campus is secure at all times.
Yo vivo aquí por la 29 y miro que salen muchos niños a drogarse a la calle 29. Le llamé a la policía, pero la policía no vino. Entonces yo no sé si no se salía, me llaman para que vengan. Pero sí van muchos niños y todos los días, fines de semana.
Okay.
El fin de semana pasado, el sábado, se ve que muchos niños estaban también ahí y
Para,
El 19 de ahí.
para acá, ¿verdad?
Para que por sí nos estamos algo de trabajo.
Oh, okay.
Para muchísimos niños que todos.
So if you see any students, for example, they're going out there doing like drinking, doing something they're not supposed to do, make sure you call the police, National City Police Department. I can't go out there. I'm in charge of the school here. So when the kids are out there in the community doing drugs, please call the police, National City Police Department. Let us know. We could call our SRO to go over there and check. But like I said, we cannot leave campus. My campus assistants cannot go out to the community and go after kids. They have to stay around campus. Okay? So if you see that, let us know. We'll call the cops, or you can call the cops. And they have to.
And especially if it's during the school day, because I know you mentioned some of those incidents happen on Saturdays, on the weekend.
Saturdays and I came from Saturday school in the morning.
Uh-huh.
They go, I see them Monday, Saturday.
Okay. So especially if it's during the school day, like Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 3 o'clock, then, you know, you can certainly call the police, but you can also call us, like Mr. Titus said, because we can directly contact our resource officer and say, hey, we got a call that there's a group of students on 24th Street or wherever they may be, and then they'll go there. So sometimes if they get a call from the school itself, they might send someone more directly and hopefully help. But he's right in that we can't physically go over there.
Yeah.
It's a liability for our employees, but if you can keep us informed, because that way we can give that information to the officers, and let's say by the time they get there, they're not there anymore, but at least we're keeping a log of trends, like, you know what, it always happens around this time, it's after lunch, or it's on these days, so.
I think it is, the group is getting bigger.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of it.
So when the officers know that, then there'll be more of a presence. Like if they know, yeah, this is the place where a lot of them are going, then they'll make it a point to go there. And hopefully if the students see the officer already there, they're not going to go there. People not going to be there. And of course what we try to do more importantly is keep our students on campus where they want to be here. So, I mean, overall we have really good students. Those of you who have helped supervise during nutrition break and lunch, when you walk around, you don't see students doing bad things. I mean, they're talking to their friends, they're eating their food, they're socializing. So overall, we have really good students. But it is helpful when we have a presence. Like Mr. Chidas said, the more adults we have on campus that can help, just being a presence, just being there, it helps make students feel safe. And they've told me that. They've said, they don't announce it to their friends because they think that might not be a cool thing, that they want adults to be here, but a lot of them do want adults here because it makes them feel safe. And so that's what we're striving to do. And when they leave campus and we find out about it, we then talk to students and find out why don't they want to be here? What's going on? Do they find the classes to be too difficult? Are they not being successful? There are reasons why they're choosing not to be here. So we not only, discipline them for being off campus, but more importantly, what can we do to make things better for you here so you want to stay here and not go over to 29th Street or the park to do something you're not supposed to be doing?
Good morning, everyone. I like that fundraising idea for the cameras, and it's great that we have a very active parent group on campus, and I know Alma and her team do great things, so if you put that bug in her ear, I'm sure the parent leaders here on campus will kind of put something together for you all. I'm Ms. Luansi. I'm one of your 7 counselors here at Sweetwater High School. I'm here just to give you a quick update at the end of the school year as to what's going on in the counseling center. So first thing today is Reach Higher Signing Day. It's a national initiative. It was actually May 2nd, but we decided to do ours today, Friday. So Reach Higher College Signing Day is a celebration for seniors who have signed onto a commitment after high school, whether it's college, the military, work, whatever it is. So if a senior can tell us, yes, I'm going to join the Army, or I'm going to UCSD, then we are celebrating them at lunch today. We have pizza, and the mariachi's gonna come out, we have giveaways and a raffle laptop and all those things. So we invite you to come if you wanna come and see, have some pizza, hang out with us and the students, so that's today at lunch. Let's see, what else? 12:45, yeah, right after school, so as you pick up your children, if you wanna stop by and check it out, you're more than welcome to attend. So all students have chosen their classes already at this point. The counselors are inputting that into our computer system. We do have students and parents calling the CE and ask if we can still change what the students have asked for. At this point, there are no more changes, sorry. They'll have to wait till July through the regular schedule change process to request any changes to their schedules at this point. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to give us a call at the counseling center. Let's see, what else is going on? Next year, we are starting a counselor advisory committee that we will be approaching you all, probably copying the principal at the beginning of the school year to see if there are any parents who want to be part of our counselor advisory committee. So the committee will consist of some parents, students, teachers, staff, administrators, maybe even some community members. I see Ms. Alvarez is here, so hopefully somebody from the district office can sit in on our committee also. And the purpose of the counselor advisory committee is to get feedback from you all as to what we're doing well, what we're not doing all so well, and to just improve our practice to better serve our students in our community. So if any of you are interested in participating in that, please let us know. And the last thing is in this little blue sheet, some of you may have received this already or already signed up to be part of our social media campaign in the counseling center. So I'll leave these outside where the sign-in sheets are, but we have a texting service out of the counseling center. So if you want updates directly from the counseling center about important meetings and deadlines and things, that's on the sheet. If you're on Facebook, we have a Facebook, so you can get direct updates from the counseling center that way also. And that's all I have. Am I opening? Questions? There are any? Yes.
When can you how can you join?
The counselor advisory committee. I can grab your name on our way out. I'll have you put your contact info and we can add you to that list. Excellent, thank you. Any other questions? No questions? Great, happy May, everybody.
Very nice. And the time is ticking. A couple of weeks ago, they got a progress report. And the progress report is just letting you know if they continue doing what they're doing, they're great. So I hope that most students are getting their C's and betters. If not, they have to continue to communicate with their teachers about how they can improve their grades. As you know, every month we give you a new tutoring schedule, and it'll be outside. I don't know if you grabbed them already, but please make sure that your student takes advantage of the opportunities that we have after school and that they're communicating with their teachers. I know that some will accept late work. It's a matter of asking and then making sure that they stay on track from here on out. The time is going to go by super fast. The other thing we've mentioned in the last couple of meetings, we sent out a Jupiter grade survey for parents. If you haven't taken the survey, please make sure you either log in online or you can take one of these pink forms. And we just want to know your thoughts about this school year. So all of that kind of helps us make improvements, adjustments, and continue the things that you like to see at our school. This year we had a lot more parent activities, more workshops, opportunities for parents to come out, and I see a lot of familiar faces, and we know that you like participating with these different types of events. So make sure you write that on your survey. Let us know if you want us to continue to have Media Manager here. We're going to have San Isidro Health Clinic coming out next year. So a lot of great things that we look forward to next year. Okay? I'm going to pass it over to Ms. Gavin for any questions and answers for her. Thank you very much. Great.
general questions for me, si tienen preguntas en general para mí, ¿alguien en grupo? Sí.
Aquí yo me quedé esta una pregunta, que dice que si yo recibo información acerca de este, yo tengo un estudiante que es dotado talentoso. Y esa nada más es una de las cosas, todo lo demás para mí estaba perfecto. Yo recibo información de IO1, de ELAC, de cosas, pero que yo me recuerde, nunca he recibido la información de sobre los niños dotados talentosos.
So the question is, because it's a question that's based off of the questionnaire that went out to parents. And even though she has received, along with all the other parents, information about Title I, ELAC, all the other parent meetings, organizations that we have on campus, never has she received any information or been told about meetings for parents of students that are gifted and talented. So now, honestly, for many years now, unfortunately, there hasn't been funding, not only at the school, but even through the district. There hasn't been funding for specifically gifted and talented students. I remember when I was a teacher here a very long time ago, there used to be funding where we could have field trips, where we could take students who are gifted and talented to museums or on field trips where they can enhance their learning or their educational experience. But now there hasn't been funding toward that anymore. And it's not that they're not important, it's not that it's okay, but when not only the school, the district, and the state are limited with funds, they end up having to decide where they're going to put that funding. And what ends up happening is they figure, well, we should have more funding for English language learners because we need them to make sure they meet the graduation requirements so they can graduate from high school and go on to college. Well, we also need more funding for students with disabilities. So let's put more funding there. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a bad decision, but I understand that we shouldn't forget about our gifted and talented students because they too need to continue to grow and continue to enhance their education and their learning. But unfortunately, they end up getting less, if any, funding. Right now, there's none. Now, through our AP program, for example, here at Sweetwater, our AP program is open access, meaning if any students or their parents want them to take an AP class, an advanced placement class, they can take it. We're one of the few schools, and we might be the only school that does that. So there are still schools that make them take a test or make them have to get a certain grade before they could get into an AP class. So we do support our gifted and talented students by doing that, giving them open access. But if at any time any of the parents feel like they need more information about how to support their students or understand how we are supporting their students here, they're gifted and talented, you can come talk to an administrator or a counselor, and we can have those one-on-one meetings. So you're right, we may not have a group meeting, but through the AP program, I know they have a big group meeting at open house. So if you still have a student coming next year, when we have back to school night or open house, we call it both things. So in August, when we have back to school night, the AP program, the advanced placement program teachers and the administrator who oversees that program, we have a meeting in here before open house starts, and we talk to parents about how we're going to support your students throughout the year. Any other questions? Yes.
A mí me gustaría que le sucediera al señor Salazar, porque él es el jefe encargado de los deportes, que facilitara mucho el que va a ser coach en cualquier deporte tuviera junta con los papás. ¿Por qué? Porque a veces ni siquiera sabemos quién es el coach, a veces el coach dice yo no quiero hablar con los papás, pero cuando vamos a competir fuera, o sea, como quedamos, nos da vergüenza a veces sí hace buen trabajo, pero a veces no, pero no tenemos la certeza ellos qué es lo que quieren, o qué es lo que esperan, porque sales fuera y ya la competencia es mucha, entonces muchos no se lo toman en serio como que tienen que estar ahí para los niños y para representar a la escuela, porque de eso se trata, son pocos los coaches que sí tienen contacto con uno, pero hay otros que sea un papá que se comprometa con ellos y estar con los niños, porque a veces no. Hay veces que viene un niño apenas llegando tarde y cambiándose en el camino. No les importa quitarse la ropa y venirse caminando. Y a otros que están ahí siempre, es de cualquier deporte. Yo he visto que después con otras mamás apoyar. Y hay otros que están ahí bien representantes tanto los papás como los niños. Y no, que a veces a su caso mismo a los que están ahí. Y para estar en un deporte se piden calificaciones, quiere decir que lo saben hacer bien. ¿Por qué no hacer eso que el niño o el señor Salazar haga eso con los jóvenes en cualquier deporte, de que involucre mucho a los papás, porque quizás a muchos no les interese de que yo con mi hijo tengo tiempo de trabajar y que ahí sí quieren, pero habemos otros que sí nos importa ver la frustración de nuestros hijos, de decir que eso no importa.
Okay, so the comment is, and I wrote it down, to have Mr. Salazar, who's one of our assistant principals in charge of ASB and athletics, and make sure that all the coaches, no matter what sport they coach, that I think it's important that they have a general meeting with the parents at the beginning of the season and inform them what the expectations are of the students who are in the sport, and also what the expectations are of the parents. And if there are parents who want to volunteer and help in any way, we understand maybe some parents may not have that time because they have other responsibilities and they can't, but at least have the coach communicate that to the parents. Here are the expectations. Please let me know if you can help or how you would like to help, because I know some parents say, well, I want to help by, coming to the practices, and I can keep the equipment in order, or I can, do something for you, or when we go to the game, so you don't have to worry about this, I'll take care of it for you. Sometimes the coach may say, well, I have to do that, but at least there's communication, and they know what you're able to do, and then he or she can communicate with you what they have to take care of, but this is what you can do for the team as well. So I think it comes back to communication. It's just making sure there's open communication, and having a general meeting at the beginning of the season would be a very good start. Having a meeting, and then maybe keeping communication open via email or a letter, something so you're always informed on what's going on with your kids in that sport. Yes?
Porque un ejemplo es muy claro, cuando uno para que los tiene el club por fuera, allí estamos los papás porque nos cuesta. Aquí como no te cuesta, muchos no le dan la importancia. O sea, no te están cobrando ni por uniforme, por lo que les dan, pues no nos están cobrando nada, le están dando un deporte. Y cuando vamos por fuera, tenemos que pagar y estamos siempre ahí, sea el papá o la mamá, porque aquí no tenemos, o sea, esto es extra, debe uno valorar eso.
Porque no hay comunicaciones con yo porque mi hija está aquí, jamás he visto al coach que diga, cuéntame, ve, y soy la única que va a las carreras o algo. Pues no hay nadie, ellos así,
Okay.
no miran a nadie.
So the example that was given, sometimes we have our children that are in club sports outside of Sweetwater High School where there's a cost. You have to pay for uniforms or pay for the coaches, pay for the activity. So because there's a cost, maybe there tends to be more communication. But even though we're in a public school and we cannot charge students or parents for anything, but regardless, that doesn't mean we shouldn't have the communication. You shouldn't have to pay for the communication. That should be part of the package deal. So the package includes the uniform. They don't get to keep it, but they get to borrow it. They get to play in the sport. They get to have the coach there. But just because you're not paying doesn't mean there should be communication. So we'll make sure that that's part of the package, that there is communication, because we certainly value you as parents, and we want to make sure that you're involved. But I understand that if no one's reaching out to you, saying, hey, come to this meeting, or hey, we want to tell you about what's going to happen next week at this game or this sport and we need help, then you're not going to volunteer, you're not going to know what you can do because no one's talking to you about it. So again, I'll communicate with Mr. Salazar, especially, I know right now we're closing the spring season, but as we're going into the new year, when we have meetings with the coaches, they have them at the district, and then they have them here at school too. So we'll make sure that it's communicated on both ends, that when they're about to start coaching a sport, part of the expectation is that they meet with parents. at least that first initial meeting to get that communication going, but that they should send updates, whether it's emails or phone calls or letters home, letting you know, here's what's going on. Sometimes it can be a calendar where you know what's happening, and maybe on the calendar they can know, oh, this is where parents can help us. So we'll make sure we deliver that message. Okay, any other questions? I know I see the raffle, Ms. Tanner, ready for the raffle. Yes, another question.
Oh, I talked to the coaches of the games. I went with them. Sometimes I go to throw the bus.
Yes. So you've gone to for the basketball games, right?
No, for the track and field.
Oh, track and field. Okay.
One time I went to San Isidro. I don't know how to get up there. It's good I know how to read in the computer. So I get the direction, and then my son said, "Mommy, where are you? I'm already here in trolley station. Maybe after 6 minutes I'll be there." And then when I got to the administration of San Isidro High School, they take me to the field. It's too big, the field. So and they just said, "Mommy, it's good you did that."
Okay.
And then
So,
when I go home, I asked the coach if I could go with the bus. And they allow me to go because there's a big tent.
okay. So the comment that was made is especially when we have games away from Sweetwater. So here, we all know how to get to the field. We know how to get to the gym. We know that. But when you're going to a different school, whether it's in our district or even outside our district, sometimes we find difficulty knowing where do we park, where's the gym, where's the track and field, how do I get there, what's the address? I mean, we can try to look it up, but it would be nice if that kind of information is given to the parents by the coaches. Now, you mentioned that the coach may have allowed you to ride the bus. Technically, the buses are for just the students and the coaches, but it would be good if at least we get either the address or directions to know where we're going. So that's something I'll communicate to Mr. Salazar to add to the meeting. That's a good suggestion. Yes.
Igual de lo mismo, mi hijo está en track y yo también estoy ahí como depositando toda mi confianza en mi hijo y en el coach porque tengo nada de información casi. El otro día me dice mi hijo de un día para otro, te vas a llevar a Mission Bay a correr y yo, sí, es un poco difícil, pero si es así, con tiempo, las cosas se canceló porque ni un padre pudo llevar al hijo allá. Yo ya estaba arreglando todo para yo ir con mi hijo. Es que teníamos que acercar quienes podíamos acercar.
So what I'm hearing is that, for example, there's a track meet at Mission Bay, and the students are delivering the message to you saying, hey, Mom, Dad, I need you to drive me tomorrow or today to the track meet, but because not enough parents were able to take their kids, it got canceled, and another parent saying, oh, we're supposed to carpool, but it sounds like the communication didn't come from the coaches, and it was very, very last minute. It was like on the same day or the day before. So again, we're emphasizing more communication from the coaches to the parents instead of relying on the students. Now, of course, our students are almost young adults. We're trying to teach them to be responsible, but they're still kids. So I know when a student delivers a message to me, oh, Miss Gavin, this teacher told me this. It's not that I don't believe the student. I'm going to go to the adult because sometimes something happens. The message is different. So I go to the teacher, hey, Johnny told me that you told him this. No, I said that, and it's similar, but it's not the same. So again, we're looking for communication from adult to adult. And we'll again emphasize that for planning purposes. Yes.
Y nos mandaba a todos juntos como un texto en nuestros teléfonos que enviar en
Okay. So an example, the golf coach who obviously had all the parents' phone numbers, and they get group texts. So whenever something's going to happen or a message needs to go out, they send out a group text. And that's a good idea. And I know some coaches do that. That's an easy way and something that everyone can sign up for in that first meeting. Say, hey, put down your name, your phone number, and then they put together a group text, and that's easy. It's not like they have to call or text each single parent. They send one, and it goes out. So again, those are all good examples of things. I'll talk to Mr. Salazar to share with the coaches.